Today on the channel, I'm not joking around with the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Joker Dragon.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another McFarlane DC Multiverse unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got a toy finalist for Toy of the Year 2022, as we got the Joker Dragon from the Dark Metal Wave. But for all your Joker Dragon needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $59 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. But the Joker Dragon, an interesting one. Talk about the longest of long games here. I was immediately saying, easy pass, passing on this. I don't have memories of this. I never read the story. I have no connection to this. However, then the long game sits in. This has went very, very cheap. I actually got this for $16 and change from Amazon, shipped to my house. For that price, I did not feel bad about picking this up. As you guys do know, I have a bit of a DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Joker collection. Pretty much every single Joker. I didn't want this. I don't know if I'm even going to like this. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pass. Well, then I said, I got all these other ones. Maybe I will pick this one up. I'll see what all the fuss is about because, as I said earlier, this was a Toy of the Year finalist in 2022 in the vehicle category. A little bit of a head scratcher for me here, but it is what it is. It's definitely interesting. I do definitely give credit to McFarlane Toys because this is a one-and-done mold. We get a lot of figures and a lot of toy lines. Got to get the most out of your molds. We say it all the time on the channel. You're not getting the most out of your molds on something like this. This is a one-and-done vehicle, and I always do appreciate things like this when we do get these from our toy lines in this day and age. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Like I said, this was an Amazon. Other sellers, it was like $16.48, something like that. They said it was, box maybe damaged, something like that. Well, box is a little corner dinged up. It's not bad. I don't feel bad about it because I'm opening it up anyways. As long as this is what it is, and it is the Joker Dragon, I'm good with this. So you got to get a deal out there. You got to look for other sellers every once in a while. And for 16 bucks or so shipped, I felt like this was a heck of a deal here. But there it is, long vehicle here, very much like the Bat Cycle, and we'll compare that a little bit later in this video. But DC Multiverse, of course, some stickers on there going on as well. The Joker Dragon, very strange. The Joker Dragon, Dark Knight's metal on the side. Same thing on the other side, and a little glamour shot action on the side over there. Looking spooky, looking scary. All about a dragon, but boy, this would be a spooky dragon to run into, I would say. Can I get him out of the package? That's the first bit of business here. Let's rip it through. Just power through, and the tape won't break. You just got to power through. That's what I did right there. All right, box. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we're coming out. A little plastic prison there for the Joker Dragon. Look at this thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, crazy, zany, weird, strange. Like I said, I haven't read Dark Knight Metal. I love the idea of it. I love the sound of it. See you later. You guys know I love me some metal, but very interesting. See you later. It's a different take on Joker. There's no doubt about that. We don't think of Joker as a dragon very often. At least I don't. Jeez, there we go. Big old tail coming out. See you later. Goodbye, knocking stuff over. Oh, we get a big stand for him. How about that? I didn't know what this was. I thought it was just some plastic piece in the packaging here, but no. It's an actual stand, and of course we get a card here. So the card's going to help us figure out what the heck's going on with this thing. That's for sure at the end of the day. A little plastic, see you later. A little cardboard, bam, see you later. Goodbye, and we are off to the races. Nice big stand right here. Gonna have to figure out how this exactly works, but a nice stand. I appreciate a stand for something like this, something strange like this. Of course, you get the tail here. Would assume it just slides right in, right? Should be easy enough. I like that. The ease of use, looking good. First, I do see a little bit of an issue here, but we're going to talk about it here. But let's read the back of the card first. Let's see what all the fuss is about with this Joker Dragon here. Oh my gosh, and I got War and Peace on the back as well. Let's see. Real name unknown. Nobody knows the exact origin of these beasts from the Dark Multiverse, but what is known is that they do the bidding of the Batman who laughs wherever they appear. During the invasion of Earth Zero, the bat god known as Barbatos summons these great dragons to help his dark knights destroy the world, but they're ultimately defeated by the Batman and his allies. These ghastly beasts are as deadly as they are horrifying, and a powerful addition to the army of darkness that threatens to engulf the entire DC Multiverse. So reading that there, sounds like these are actually army builders. Do I need like 5 of these in my collection? I don't know if anybody's got the real estate for something like that, but it's definitely unique, definitely something different. I don't know if I necessarily classify this as a vehicle. Do you guys? Is this a figure? Is it a vehicle? Is it an animal? I don't know. I guess these toy finalist companies, I mean, they're dealing with Fisher-Price, they're dealing with Barbie, they're dealing with everything under the sun, so I guess they just easily just say, oh, it's a vehicle, and they move on. But it's definitely interesting, it's definitely different. I showed how the tail came in, went together very easily. One thing I do notice, and once again, I don't know the actual story arc, so maybe this is the way it's supposed to be, but the coloring on this whole tail is like a gray, like a whitish gray, where we got a very dark gray on the top part. So it does catch your eye. You can definitely see the break between the tail and the body. You can definitely see the differences there. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be or what, but it definitely is here. You can definitely tell. Love these big claws down here. Very ugly claws coming out. Very strange. I mean, it almost reminds me of a very dark, strange version of, was it Sebastian? Is that his name in the Neverending Story? I don't know if that was it. I think Sebastian was the boy, but it was a Neverending Story, and I've told the story before. My dad and I went to that when I was a kid in the movie theater. And my dad asked for our money back at the end. He said, I was told this was the never-ending story. I booked the whole day here to entertain my kid, and this movie was only an hour and a half long. What is going on? It's supposed to be never-ending. And he threw a fit, and we got our money back. Maybe that's true. Somebody can fact-check that. Somebody asked my dad. But it sounds like a great story, doesn't it? Sounds like it. But he does kind of look like that guy. You get to see him floating, and you have Sebastian riding on. Or you grab somebody like a Flint that's always by our side ready to go. Flint's coming in to save the Joes. He tamed the dragon. He's coming in. It's all Flint. I mean, that writes itself as well. Or you could grab myself. I could do it. Old Cowboy Kyle, he's lasso a bull. He lassos a bucking bronco. He'll lasso a dragon. He'll do it all. But you can have all kinds of fun with this dragon if you need to. But the tail on this is bendy. I love the bendy material. That is great for those that are trying to conserve some space, as this is a chunk of plastic that's going to take up a lot of real estate. Well, you bend this tail in, you can maybe put a figure in the middle here, use some of the space that's available instead of just, bam, there's a whole bookshelf right there. Unless you really love this thing and you put the other dark metal stuff around it, maybe that's the way to go. I guess you got to choose your own display adventure on that one. But I do like the bendy tail on it. That is key. That is part of the great gimmick here. You got the big fins on the back, Godzilla-like spikes in green. Of course, the Joker colors looking good right there. You got the Joker hair going on, very wild and crazy. The big old bat-like ears, dragon-like ears, I guess you would say it. And then you get to the head on this one, and man, this is a face only a mother could love, that is for sure. But you do got articulation on the head. That is the only articulation outside of the tail on this thing. You can move the head all around here, but he's got the big old mouth that opens up. Love that. Big old creepy teeth with the red in there. Big old yellow jagged teeth. Nobody's brushed this guy's teeth ever. Got that very white caked on look, and then the crazy eyes there of the Joker just looking absolutely maddening. Looks like he's got some gills on the side here. I don't know if that's supposed to be blood or if it's like, you know, in the movie Jaws or something. I've never seen the movie Jaws, but I know what it's about. I've seen the clips and things. Yeah, you get the shark and you can see the little blood inside the gills. Kind of that kind of effect going on there as well. Definitely an interesting thing. I don't know. I don't know what to really think of this. It's interesting for what it is. I don't have an attachment to it. It is very big, which is usually pretty cool, but if it's not something you absolutely love, you want to take up a bunch of real estate with it, I don't know. I convinced myself I needed it because I played the long game, got it very, very cheap, and I have a Joker collection going on, so it fits that. That's how I justify it to myself. Us collectors, we got to justify it ourselves all the time. Not sure exactly how he fits on here, I guess. Maybe just like so? I guess. Let's see here. I think that's it. Yeah, just like so. Yeah, it is what it is. I guess he fits there. He just kind of lounges in there on the top and then he uses his tail on the back end. And it is what it is. I kind of would like to have it up in the air, kind of like he's flying, like a flight stand. I'm sure you could buy something or find a flight stand, but it'd be kind of cool to have him up high where he's kind of flying instead of so far down low. But at least we get something to keep him level, because if he didn't have this stand, he'd just be sitting here like a dead fish on your table, and that's no good either. So Definitely an interesting one. Definitely one that's not for everybody. A little bit surprised that this is a toy finalist of the year of 2022. I think it might even have won like the vehicle of the year. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it was at least a finalist. Just seems kind of crazy, but it kind of reminds me of like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They put in all these people that aren't rock and roll. They're putting in rappers, and I love me some country artists. I love Willie Nelson. He's going in this year. But come on, is Willie rock and roll? Should he be in there? Shouldn't Iron Maiden be in there? Shouldn't Priest, Thin Lizzy, Motorhead, T-Rex? I mean, T-Rex got in 2 years ago, so that doesn't work. But there's so many bands that should be in there before Willie Nelson. No, nothing against Willie Nelson. But it's just a weird dynamic there, I think. So, I don't know. What's going on with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? What's going on with these toy awards for the year? Who knows? But at the end of the day, this Joker's an interesting one, and that's my final verdict. It's interesting. It's not for everybody, and that's it. But what say you guys? Did you pick this up? Did you play the long game? Did you ever have this? Did you ever have a desire to get this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We've got even more content for you on the Patreon, including early access to videos like these and tons of other stuff over there. And best of all, you do support the channel as being a Patreon member. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Joker Dragon, I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.